Ever wonder how we came into the existence? The universe, earth, and finally us. Ever wonder what is the connection in between? When it comes to existence, there are two things exist mainly. First is a result, and second is its resource it is using for survival. For example, fish and water. Since a resource too, consuming some other resource for surviving. Example, oxygen and hydrogen for water. That means everything is a result itself and consuming other result as its resource to survive in time. Now, if we look closely at each life, we will find that it has some capability to overcome its resource which it is consuming for surviving. For example, a cheetah hunts a deer with its speed, while a deer eats grass with presence of symbiont bacteria. To consume a resource, a result must have high frequency capability to overcome other results' capability. These capabilities we call information. That is, a small data source about other results information to overcome its capability. For example, our brain has capability to convert reflected light into visible information coming through eyes. But here we are not talking about scientific evidence of our brain that how it works or how it converts light into the information. Instead, here we are talking about capability of a result to extract its predefined and useful information from bunch of information existed in a resource. That is, it is using light as resource to see other resources while ignoring ultraviolet light. Here I used a word predefined. Yes, every result chooses itself its capability, and the information we have not necessarily existed in other results having same capability. For example, compare us with wild animals. They have more information to extract more information from single source of resource. For example, light. So each capability has its intensity that signifies how much information it has to extract from its resource, and that intensity we call speed. So speed of information is the limit of extracting same or lesser speed information from a resource. Now, a single capability is not a single source of information. Instead, it is a collection of desired small infos from several information of a single resource to build a desired capability as described by Charles Darwin in his well-known theory Natural Selection of Evolution. For example, suppose light has its three information and each information builds using many other small infos that it has extracted from its resource, that is sun. A result, if wants to choose this result as its resource to see other resources, it starts collecting its desired infos from each information of this result which it founds necessary for surviving and complete its information, and on behalf of this information it can extract the same info out of all three information that it has extracted earlier. These small infos we call cells. After collecting many cells, an information builds, and with many information a result comes into an existence. The collection of cells and become an information depends upon the consolidation of two cells. For example, why you and your friend becomes best buddies. You and your friend had something common that become more powerful after mutual partnership of both. A cell consolidate with other cell if it found highest sharing of mutual values in between over previous to maximize its chances of winning. These values are nothing but identification tags towards its resources one of cell's value to visualize it. The consolidation between two cells known as logical grading. Values are of two types. First, the values are defined by result. Example, pronouncing apple, our brain immediately visualize the fruit of apple. So apple is a value, while fruit of apple is a resource. Secondly, the values defined by cells and information of a result towards a resource or result according to the requirements of result itself and carried out the process of evolution. Let's assume that the values are just another resource for a result to bring a meaningful definition towards its resource that's settled over a period of time. Then, what is exists inside a cell? An information that signifies its existence before a result could take place. It is time. Time is nothing but energy packet in form of many cells which is traveling with a specific amount of energy that signify a cause or representation of similar amount of energy in other cell or information if found another cell that carry succeeding energy that shows highest energy reachability to maximize chances of surviving, it joins it, known as successive cell, and becomes an information, and many information builds a result. So life is a collection of cells that connected itself to other cell with maximum grading to build a stronger result over its resource and bring evolution. Energy inside a cell flows unidirectional as shown in this picture, energy flowing from A to B and connecting to A of other cell and so on. In that way, cell becomes information and raises speed dimension to build a stronger result over previous. The energy flowing inside a cell creates two ends known as energy field of the cell. First is receiving end, that is RE, while other one is attracting end, that is AE. With first one, a cell communicates with other cell attracting end to know what kind of energy it possesses or to know will it be useful to identify more energy under single resource. While with second one, it broadcasts its own energy architecture. Also, the narrower path from A to B raises frequency, that is how far energy can communicate with other similar cell using same amount of energy and vice versa. The energy a cell possesses known as its speed. Since speed of cell's information has limited reachability, which defines its speed of journey and observation of same or lesser intensity of energy in time, we calls it traveling speed. The place in time where they travel according to its speed known as time circles. Any two results having different intensity will have two different traveling speed and will travel in two different time circles. Both time circles and result will remain invisible to each other because of differences in between intensities. Any two results, if share any cell or infos in between, it both can observe each other around this common information only, while rest of the information still will remain invisible. In simple word, time has grouped result according to their speed or grouped result which shares common information in between. Suppose a 4-lane highway and all traffic is unidirectional. Now first lane allows only those vehicles that can go up to 150 miles per hour, second one 120, third one allows 100 and so on. A car can go at its highest speed if it is the only one to claim full speed of the lane at a time. So each lane is considering engine power, not the actual speed of the vehicle. That is, a car with highest engine power may not get enough speed due to the heavy traffic on its lane, while a vehicle at 4th lane may get full speed due to empty lane. So time circle only considers and allows all those information and cells that matches up with the speed of time circle. The actual speed will depend upon the number of cells claiming for the same speed at the same time. This factor known as throttle effect, that is speed resistance of time over living entity. So each life built using cell and information traveling in a time circle for a cause and struggle to get enough speed to convert values in resources. In general, life is about to born and die and in between fight for necessary resource, and so the above explanation explains. A cell travels with the speed it got, communicate to find its resource, then disappear once the energy flowing inside get empty. So life's energy can be divided in two main categories: primary energy or information and other ones secondary energy or information. A result contains many successive cells and information, and sum of energy defines its speed, and while traveling with that speed, it releases a fraction of energy back to the time cycle known as clipping, equals to the energy required by it to travel in a single unit of time in respect of its resource through which it acquired its information. Example, Earth for us. So after traveling for some time, it gets completely empty and will die. This energy we know as primary energy. Primary information are those information around which a result justifies its existence for a cause. Example, human body, trees, animal, etc. Secondary energy, unlike energy field of a cell, uses cell's energy itself to communicate with other resources for energy field. The result cell is generating to find a path to reach desired or best resource or to hide from unnecessary threats in time circle. Secondary information used for to let a result travel in time to complete its cause while going through many failure or success. This information we knows it as first info, or in other words, destiny or luck.